down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, welcome to a special Thanksgiving edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt.
And I'm Brezzy.
And what movie are we going to be talking about on our Thanksgiving edition?
We are talking about Thanksgiving, the
Yes, that
2023.
yeah, 2023 movie Thanksgiving, directed by Eli Roth,
Mhm.
starring Patrick Dempsey and a bunch of other people. And um, did you see this when it first came out, Breezy?
Yeah, I did.
So when
I
this movie,
did.
did you, and you probably liked it right away, right?
Oh, yeah. Like
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, this is like intense.
Yeah. So I remember when this movie came out and I was like, Thanksgiving, how cool can a horror movie about Thanksgiving really be? That just sounds stupid. And I'm like picturing like Leprechaun or something. And I'd heard it was good. Like everyone that saw it was like, "Oh, it's really good. It's really good." And I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be good." So I turned it on, and I'll be honest, I was only like sort of half paying attention in the beginning, and they're like, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and all of a sudden, all hell fucking breaks loose, and there's chaos, and I had to go back and rewind and start the movie over to see what happened because it is
Yep.
intense. It's insane. The beginning is honestly my favorite part of the whole movie, I think. I mean, there's lots of good parts, but the beginning is so insane that I really like it. Well, that's getting a little bit crazy. But anyway, we should
Well,
talk about
well,
the beginning.
I don't really care for like the beginning. I just like, I mean, I kind of do to a point because
Hmm.
it's like Black Friday, everybody's like going nuts. Like
Yeah.
you're taking like people are going Black Friday shopping because some people, if you go on social media and all these Black Friday people are going nuts over what? Yeah, I can understand like these low prices, but it's like, damn, you gotta go crazy over just a fucking waffle maker in this movie?
Yeah. In this movie, it's a waffle iron is the thing that they're
Yeah.
like literally killing people over is a freaking waffle iron. So they set it up. You kind of get you get two different, well, three actually. First, you get a scene of like the manager of the Right Mart, which is basically Walmart or whatever it's called, Price Mart or whatever,
Yeah.
and his cop friend and their wife, and they're having a nice little Thanksgiving. And then you see the owner's family and his kids, and they're having big, fancy, rich Thanksgiving. And then they're showing the crowd that are outside getting ready to go shopping, and they're talking about how every year the Black Friday crowd lines up earlier and earlier, so they decided to be open on Thanksgiving. And then they show the manager, and he has to go into work because the guy didn't show up, and the boss said if he doesn't go into work, he's fired. And then the rich kids leave. They get into the store early. They provoke the crowd. There's a huge riot. Everything goes crazy.
Yeah, they're like that whole like they were like after they busted over the storm because these like teens
Hmm.
got pretty much got like into the store without the employees knowing because he wanted a brand new cell phone because his cell phone got broke.
Yeah, because the
You
one
know,
girl's dad owns the store, so it's like her group of kind of like they're kind of like the a-hole teens. To
yep.
me, they seem like a-hole, like they're a bunch of douchebags. They're trying to get on social media and stream and get likes and all that.
Kind of like one of those like stuck up. That's what I feel
Yeah,
like. But
exactly. Like the like yeah, jocks, bunch of jocks and stuff. So her dad owns the store, so he wanted a new phone, so they let themselves in early, and they're like, okay, but you got to be real sneaky. But instead, they stand in the doorway and like taunt the crowd. And then the
mhm.
one guy just happens to be a football player from the rival team that they got in a big brawl with, and so that just adds fuel to the fire. But they bust the glass door down, crushing the one security guard. He gets all shredded with glass, and then a guy's coming in the door, and he gets a jagged shard of glass right in the neck for his waffle iron. Blah. And
Yep.
then the manager's wife was there to bring him a little treat of food, and she gets knocked on her ass and is crawling around in the floor in shock. And all of a sudden, shopping cart wham snaps her head
Yeah,
right
that
off.
was that scene. I like that one because, like, I believe it or not, I had a shopping cart like took my hair, and I'm telling you, it hurts.
Yeah, yeah, her hair gets caught in the
Don't
wheel, and
ask
it
me how that happened. It
right.
hurt.
What were you doing on the floor by the shopping cart, Breezy? I feel like
Oh,
that.
I fell, and then like at the time my son was like very little, and he ended up
Right.
pushing the cart, and my cart ended up, yeah,
Ouch.
yeah, it hurts.
You told
So
me not to ask, and I asked.
yeah, well, there you go.
So she got a chunk. Hopefully, you didn't get a chunk of your scalp ripped out.
No, actually, I did not.
Okay, well that's good. So anyway, and then the one guy's like streaming it, and like they show the video he posts, and he's like, "No waffles for you, bitch!" Like when the guy's like getting killed and stuff. So, anyways, that's the intro, and then it's Thanksgiving. It's 1 year later, and someone is out killing people for revenge on this massacre, and the cops figure out that the people from the riot are being targeted, so they ask for the video footage, and then it just goes crazy from there. What's some of
Oh
your
yeah.
favorite parts, Breezy?
Um, there's a lot of favorite parts. I think like every single killing scene is my favorite out of this whole movie.
Yeah,
Every single one.
they're
But
really good.
my actually my very first like top I can't just I love it is where I think one of the teens mom
Mm-hmm.
got like on this like big huge like gurney table,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the guy with the like pilgrim mask. He was like brushing her,
Yeah.
like prepping her as like a turkey, which
Yeah.
she was showed up as a turkey. I mean,
Yeah.
it, when she came on the table, was just headless, and everybody was surrounded by the table, and
Yeah.
she was headless, and like there she was laying just like a turkey.
Yep, she even had the little white things on her feet, the little
Yup.
tufts, and was arranged kind of like with her arms like wings. And
Well, it
yeah.
was her legs.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was her arms and her legs. Yeah.
Yep.
So you would never watch. So you would never see a turkey again, because you're gonna look at a turkey and then now, okay, yeah, I want to think of it's.
And then he even slices off part of her leg like he's carving a
Yeah.
turkey and serves it up like a slice. Breezy kept telling me, "Don't eat when you watch this. Don't eat when you watch this." And I was like, "Oh," and then I got to that part and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm not eating."
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's the wife of the store owner, his and it's the kid's stepmom, and it was her idea to open the store on Thanksgiving. So he butters her up, he brushes her with butter, which is kind of weirdly hot, and then cooks her up in the
What
turkey
the hell? Do you think
oven.
that's really hot?
Not the
Really
cooking
hot?
part.
Until yeah,
Yeah,
because she is hot because she went
right,
in the
yeah,
oven. So
right. Um, what did you think of the parade?
it was all right. I mean, I still liked it, but
Yeah,
that oven scene and
that oven is the best.
that whole like dinner situation, like
Hmm.
since they're like all surrounded by the table, and
Hmm.
obviously like her as a turkey, she's already dead. It kind
Right.
of reminds me of kind of like that dinner scene of Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Oh
in a
yeah, it
way.
is. It is kind of like that, kind of a callback to that with
Hmm.
everyone sitting around the table for dinner. The killer we should talk about. I don't remember what the person's name is, but it's a pilgrim, and it's a plastic mask with a hat. And what it reminds me of is if you remember the Burger King commercials with when the Burger King had like the plastic head. That's what he looks like to me.
Oh, that's probably like long time ago, so
That's
I don't
probably
remember that.
before your time. But
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Burger King used to have commercials where it was the Burger King himself, and he had a big plastic head, and he was goofy looking and weird, and that's what
yeah,
the
that's
Pilgrim from this movie reminds me of.
yeah.
Google it.
Google it.
um, but so it's kind of a mystery as to who the killer is because a lot of people have motive. But so the first person that dies is a waitress that was part of running over and killing the woman with the shopping cart. And what does he do to her at first? I don't remember. He does something to her cheek. I can't remember what he gets her with.
I don't really like remember what he did to her cheek.
I don't remember. It was
Oh, it was
there's
in one of those like cork things. No, that
oh
was at the
that's
dinner
later.
table
That's the
too.
different girl. He puts it in her neck and does like
Yeah, that was the
wine.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
he puts the cork in there and you're like, here's your like wine. You better let that breathe.
yeah. Anyway, so he does something to her face. I can't in the moment remember it, but then she's running from him and he's in a car and she goes to jump in a dumpster and he hits the dumpster that basically chops her in half. and like the bottom
Oh
half of her like
yeah.
flies down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they put the legs up on the Walmart or the fake Walmart sign.
Yep.
Yeah. Um they have a Thanksgiving parade, and they're they put all the remaining people on the float, and their idea is this is going to draw the killer out of hiding. And so these masks were being sold or whatever, given away, so everyone in town has one of these masks. So it's like, oh, there he is, nope, that's not him. Oh, there he is, nope, that's not him. Oh, there he is, nope, that's not him. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a clown, not the pilgrim, but a clown, goes shwabam and chops the turkey guy in the turkey
Yeah.
costume's head off. Just chops it right off, and then they show a little kid screaming like, "Ah!" I don't
I
know.
at
I just
first
thought
I
that was
thought
awesome.
at first I thought one of the the pilgrims was at first I thought it was one of the teens, but I'm like, no, it can't be one of the teens. Then I'm
Uh-huh.
like, okay, it has to be one of the sheriff. It
Yep.
has to be the sheriff.
Yep.
I mean, there was a little bit of clues in there. It could
Mm-hmm.
be the sheriff, but
Yep.
it wasn't.
Yep. They even say that like oh, he must have like military training, or they must have some kind of special training or something because of the tactics he's using, whatever. But there's a in the parade, in the float, there's a truck or a car pulling a float like the Pilgrim's boat, like the Mayflower, I guess it's called.
Yep.
And there's like a guy on stilts, and they're like, look out, and he hits the guy on the stilts, and he hits the brake, and then the boat, like the pointy part of it at the front, the bow, or goes shwam, right through the back window into his head,
Yeah.
and like comes right through his face, and is just sitting there spraying blood, like just
Yep.
like that.
It, it's a damn good one.
I really like the deaths and the I guess just mayhem, chaos, just like when the stuff goes nuts, it really just goes nuts. Eli Roth has quite the imagination.
Well, it's just like, he also did like, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I've seen it multiple times. Um, fuck, now I'm drawing a break. Hostel. Hostel.
Oh yeah, Hostile. Yep,
Yeah, that's a good
exactly.
one too.
Hmm.
But I actually like how Eli Roth did, Thanksgiving, because
Hmm.
it's like really gory. He's really well known of making really good gory movies.
Yeah, for sure. Did he do the Evil Dead remake, or am I just totally? I'm
Uh, I don't really
I think I'm wrong.
recall.
Never mind. Strike that from the record.
I
Um,
don't really recall. But I asked you like this afternoon or this morning, I said like, ain't there like a is this like a remake? I could have sworn that somebody like said that this was a remake. I could have sworn this was a remake. Was the original one? And then I asked you to look it up. So if and then to me now it makes sense. So if the listeners doesn't know what's actually a remake or not, you can explain.
okay. So back, I don't remember when it was. I don't know the exact year, but there was a movie called Grindhouse, which was actually two movies. Um Planet Terror, directed by Roberto Rodriguez, and Death Proof, directed by Quentin Tarantino. And they thought they'd do this cool thing where they put their two movies together and show it kind of like how they used to do double features at the drive-ins in the 70s. And so they called it Grindhouse. And in between the movies, they had fake trailers for fake horror movies that would also be in this sort of genre, made by famous directors. And there was a Rob Zombie one. There was one with like Nicolas Cage in it for like a cameo, and I don't remember what all they were, but there was a bunch of these different fake trailers. One of them was Machete, and they made that into an actual movie. Well, another one of them was Thanksgiving, and so they decided to make that into an actual movie. So this
Yeah.
originally was a fake trailer for a fake movie in the movie Grindhouse, in between Planet Terror and Death Proof. It was a fake preview for a movie that didn't exist, and they sort of took that and ran with it and made it into an actual movie. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a remake, but not really. It's a remake of a trailer of a fake movie.
Yeah. It's confusing, but it's like, well, okay. But yeah, that's exactly right. I'm like, that's why I probably figured out. I kind of knew it was like not the original. I'm like, I could have sworn that this is a remake. I
Yeah.
could be wrong, but what's your favorite killing scenes?
um, I I think my favorite death, well, the turkey that you talked about, the woman that's carved up the turkey, and then we mentioned the boat I don't know boat terminology. The pointy thing went through the
Yep.
guy's head, and oh, there's someone he gets with an electric knife too. Was that the
Hmm.
security guard?
Yep.
Like it's like the writer sat down and they said, okay, when you think of Thanksgiving, what do you think of? Oh, Black Friday, riots, big inflatable balloons, turkey costumes, electric knives, pilgrims, meat tenderizer. Oh, that's the one I like. I said meat tenderizer and it reminded me. So the guy, the jock douchebag that streamed the whole riot and was the biggest a-hole of them all, when he has them all sitting around the table for his revenge Thanksgiving meal, has him streaming live and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna get lots of likes." And then he takes the big
Yep.
metal mallet and goes, "Wow." And,
Yep.
and they show his head like crunch, blotch.
Yeah. It looked like a pumpkin smash, like over the freaking table.
Yep. And then you see on the phone all the little like thumbs up and likes and smiley
Yep.
faces start
And
popping up.
hearts.
Yep, and heart. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fabulous movie.
Yeah. I'm really, really surprised at how much I liked it. I liked it quite a bit actually. I actually want to watch it again.
I would watch it again for sure.
I
Hmm.
watched the beginning twice already, so I can watch it again.
See, I told you it was a good movie.
Yep, you did. You sure did. So what would you rate it, this fantastic movie?
This one I'll rate 10 out of 10 for sure.
Yep, me too. I definitely I like I said, I was just surprised at how much I liked it. I was expect maybe because my expectations were so low and I really was like, what are they gonna do with Thanksgiving? But they seriously, it's perfect. It's like everything that has anything to do with Thanksgiving gets worked into it somehow. And
Well,
eh,
including like, Black Friday too. They
yep,
threw that in there because it's like, what's after like Thanksgiving? Black Friday. So you might
yep,
as well put two and two together.
exactly. And you got a little mystery, you got a little intrigue, a little comedy, some hardcore gore and mayhem. What more could you ask for in a movie?
Right?
Yeah,
That's a fabulous movie.
exactly. Let's see. Are we forgetting anything about? We won't give away who the killer is. We'll let people watch it.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's like about almost a year old now,
Yep.
probably.
Mm-hmm. And it
So
does. It does all like if like there are clues. Like when you find out, it's like, oh yeah, So
I just hope, like I've been reading, like doing a little bit of research. There's a lot of fans that want Thanksgiving 2 to happen. I can
hmm
definitely see Thanksgiving 2 coming around.
hmm and it ends in
Hopefully.
such a way that there could be a two.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, they leave it open for a two.
Yep.
Yep. So
Hopefully there
Thanksgiving.
is.
Yeah. Hopefully they just make some crazy mayhem movie. Eli Roth just needs to make a movie called Mayhem. It's just people going nuts.
One of the
What's the
postcards we
movie with the
needed.
office building? There's a movie with an office building where they like lock it up and all the people have to kill each other to like get out. I'll have to
Oh,
figure
I
out what
don't.
that is. We should watch
Yeah.
that. I'll get
but
back to you on that.
but yep. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving,
Yep.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Safe travels. Make sure you eat a lot of turkey or ham or chicken.
Or duck.
Yep.
Or
I'm eating duck, so
nice.
I'm in.
Or just eat potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Whatever floats your gravy boat. Anyway, so thanks for listening, and
See
we'll see you next time.
you next time.